Okay, in this video we are going to draw this tiger. You won't need any special brushes. I'm going to use a screen size canvas, so get your pencil out and let's get started. Okay, we will start by picking a pencil. I'm going to use the pencil Peppermint that comes with Procreate. You will find it under sketching and it is the top one. Pick that one. For the color, I'm going to use red. If you double tap on the top right corner, it will pick the full color. Then I'm going to make the canvas symmetrical. If you tap on the wrench tool, and you will find a drawing guide, turn that on. And now you see it's a grid, but if we edit the drawing guide, you can pick symmetry. And then you can tap done. Now, my layer is assisted. If your layer is not assisted, you can turn that on here. Make sure that's turned on. And what we did by making the canvas symmetrical is everything that we draw on this side will also appear on that side. So in this way we can draw a symmetrical tiger head in an easy way. If you work with paper and pencil, for instance, then you can just fold the paper in half so that you have a line that's in the middle. Draw one side and then trace the other side so that it is symmetrical. Okay. For the size of the pencil, well, let's go with 100%. And the opacity, we're going to turn that down to 50. Okay, we will start with the big circle. Like that. And then in that circle, we're going to draw a line in the center. So that way we have a circle that's divided in 4 equal parts. Now on each half we're going to draw another line. And on these 2 points we will draw the eyes on those points. And don't worry if the size is not correct, we can always change it in a later stadium. Okay, the nose will come on this line. Like so. And then the mouth will come, these 2 lines we will pull them further down. Something like that. So you have the same space on the top as the bottom. And now I'm going straight in with the upper teeth. And those 2 will come around here. And with a little fantasy, you can already see a tiger in this. Only in these couple of lines. Now, the lower teeth will be a little bit smaller and a little bit more to the center. something like that. And the head will not be till the top of the circle, but we're gonna go a little bit lower, somewhere around here. And we can already make the line of the head will be around there. And now we can start building with the shape of his head. So we're gonna make these two lines. And I'm also gonna shape the nose. And I like this shape. And his nostrils will be around here. So this is the first rough sketch. We will make it more detailed later on. And let's make this a little more interesting. So that's 3 new shapes in here. And let's give him a little more aggression. You can see one line makes a huge difference. Now for his lip. I'm going for this shape. And the shape of his mouth is something like that. And to make him even more aggressive, let's make these creases. And also give him one here. And now we're gonna start drawing the eyebrows. Here, here, one here, and smaller one here. And these gaps, we're gonna fill that with hairs. Like this. Now for the shape of his head, we will going a little bit bigger on the sides. And also for his chin, I believe. Let's move the whole composition a little bit up because we don't have enough space here and we have more than enough on this side. Make sure that snapping is on so that it stays in the center. And move it up a little. Like that. So let's make the suggestion of hairs. And also do it on the sides. And now for his ears. The ears will go up a little, then down, and then up again. And we're gonna fill this up with some hairs too. Yeah, that seems about right. Now for the rest of his teeth, those will be a little bit lower. So here you have the meat where the teeth are sitting in. And we're going for 6 on the top. And 4 at the bottom. And then we're going to place some lines for his tongue. And now we're going to draw the stripes. Something like that. And a couple of lines for its forehead. And some more stripes at the top. And a couple on his ears. And then the speckles. Oh, here. This is a little boring. So let's give some hairs on that spot too. And then for the last details, we're gonna draw those hairs. And then it's up to you if you want to give him pupils or not. If you don't do that, it's gonna be a little more evil. And if you are going to do it, I would suggest that you don't make him too big. I kind of like this sketch. One thing that I do not like are the eyes. I'm gonna erase a little. I'm using the medium hard airbrush. The opacity is 100 and the size, let's make it around 10. So a little bit wider. I think this looks better. Okay, the next step will be to trace this with black. So we're going to make a new layer and pick another brush. Let's go to the category inking. And I like to use the studio pen and go with full black. Opacity 100. And the size, let's go with 4 to start with. Make sure the layer is assisted so that you are drawing symmetrical. Let's zoom in a little and start with the nose. And we will use another thickness for the hairs, but with size 4 we can do the most. And the more you will draw tigers, the more you will get used to where everything belongs. And then you really can develop your own style. I'm gonna make this a little bit thinner. Let's go with the eyebrows. I think that's most of the thick lines. So now we will um, make it a little bit smaller. Go to size 3. And fill up those areas. Also like to give the teeth another line. Yeah, I like that. And now for his stripes, let's make a new layer. Turn on the drawing assist so that it is symmetrical. We're going to use the same pen, but lower the opacity to 50. Now trace the shape of the stripes you drew earlier. I'm going too fast. You can always pause the video and come back to the point where you were. And go back to the first layer, the line drawing. Turn up the opacity again to 100 and change the size to 4 again. And now we're going to draw in the long hairs. Whiskers, I think that they are called. I'm not sure. And let's erase those parts. So now we really don't need red anymore except for these spots. So let's go back to the another layer with the less dark lines. Turn it down to 50 again. And you see, I don't always use the exact lines that I drew earlier. Those are just to get some feel for the drawing. Yeah, that's looking good. Now we can turn off the red layer. So we're left with this. You can see that I made some small mistakes. We can just erase that. Let's also get rid of those lines. Whoops. And we can also erase the other lines. Let's select that layer. Now for his stripes, we're gonna use this layer as a reference, but we're gonna make a new layer and turn the opacity down like 40% opacity. And I'm going to draw on the top layer with full black. But now I'm going back to the pencil. So full black, size around 50. Because I don't want a hard line at the edge, but I'm gonna use this shape. I don't like the size, so let's do that with a smaller size, 20% maybe. But I didn't make it symmetrical. So let's start over again. Turn on the drawing assist. Yeah, I like how that looks. And let's make these spots darker also. It's a little too dark. Let's go with 50. So now we can turn off the other layer with the lighter lines. In fact, we can erase that. We don't need it anymore. So now you have your line drawing, and you can use this if you were to tattoo this. Then you can use this to print it out and make a stencil. But we can go one step further and shadow the whole tiger head. So let's make another layer. Turn on the drawing assist. And let's turn it to multiply. So that you will see all the lines below this layer. And we can pick a airbrush, soft airbrush. Let's start light, around 50. And now we're just going to shadow some parts. Let's see what we're getting. Okay, that's too big. Let's go 3%. And let's make it even lighter. That's the thing with shadowing. You always want to start very light. You can go darker later on. Better. Eraser. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. 10%. I'm just tapping it very light. So basically what I am looking for are all the parts that are behind another part. So this area is behind this area. So I want shadow over here. And the more you will do this, the less you will have to think about it. So erase those parts. I'm gonna keep it fairly simple. This can be full black, so just we can turn on this layer as an reference layer, and if we do that, this layer will use the shapes of that layer. So let me show you what I mean. I will drop this over here, not on the line, of course, in there. See? It's going to make it full black because it is using the other layer. Let's turn off the opacity to 100, make it smaller so we can color in these parts. His mouth, we're gonna make that pretty dark also. Let's go back to 30% and turn the size up again to, let's say, 4. And let's shadow this whole part. Something like that. Now we will erase everything we don't need. Let's give some shadow on the top of his head. And let's see how it looks in his eyes. It looks kind of cool. Maybe a little more in his ears. And you can go on and on, of course. We can add a little bit more. Turn up the size. So the stripes can use a little more darkness. So let's duplicate this. Yeah, that's much better. We can merge that one down, make it one layer. So this is how I draw my tigers. We'll make another video for an old school tiger, and maybe also a tiger head with a side view. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Peace and love. Bye.